good evening, and welcome to episode 25 of the Monday Weekend Wrap-Up, guys. 25, a quarter of a century. Thank you for everyone for being here in chat. Bro, we don't care, NL, Cash, Waleed, Greg, Not Sin Cara, everybody, thank you. Joining me today are our lovely co-hosts. We have on the top right of your screen, we have Mr. Hoffspur. Hoff, welcome in. How are you doing?
Hello. Great.
Doing good.
Great.
And down below here, we have Milothe1st. Milo, how you doing, man?
I'm very well, thank you.
Doing good. Nice. Season opener today, or this weekend. Football's back. We made it through the summer. What do you guys think of the summer? How do you think we did through the summer? I felt like it was we really wrung the football world for its content, I feel. I think we did pretty good. I don't know. It's a tough time.
Not having the World Cup was tough.
It was kind of tough, wasn't it?
Yeah, because if the summer has the World Cup or the Euros in it, we'll be golden.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's always
The Nations League just doesn't hit the same.
No.
Yeah, it's weird. Alrighty, well, let's take a look at our topics for today. Arsenal and Palace kicked off the Premier League season last Friday. We'll take a look at that game first and foremost. We'll take a look at Tottenham Hotspur. They've gone top of the Premier League table after playing on Saturday. Nice win for Conte there. We'll talk about United plus other matches in our third topic for today. Not looking forward to that too much. And, we can kind of move straight from United talk into transfer talk. And transfer news includes Barca news, some royal annulments and things in the works here. For the next section, we'll talk open panel. Also, we'll cover fantasy. A lot of people are playing fantasy in chat. I know Milo and Hoff are in an amazing franchise league. We can talk a little bit about that as well. Today we have a little special. Instead of how many teams you can name, we're gonna do the final vote. I will explain what that is a little later. I don't want to give away any clues, but it's gonna require Milo and Hoff to vote essentially on some things.
All right.
That's the only clue I'll give. And then we have our quiz as always. Who is gonna get the slideshow throughout the streams during the week? Winner gets 3 pictures. Also, new prize included. Winner gets to add a sound effect to the soundboard. So that's kind of cool. You get to add that as well. Then we have, as always, our weekly check-in. We'll chat about our week, and then we will be doing a prediction. Prediction this week was... Oh, I forgot what it was. Spurs Chelsea. That's our prediction. Guys, get your predictions ready for that section of the stream, the extra time. That's when we'll be doing that. But without further ado, let's get into our first topic. Arsenal kicked off this Premier League season last Friday away to Palace. A 2-0 win. Goals from Gabriel Martinelli and a own goal created by Saka, to be fair, gave Arsenal the win. Compared to last season's tough start, Arsenal going winless in their first 3, have now won their first game, and I believe last year they lost 3-0 away to Palace, I think. So it was nice for them to correct that result from last year. Let's just go straight into it. Milo, just general thoughts about the game.
Well, obviously, really happy to get off to 3 points and a win right out the gate this year, because it really does help set the nerves and settle the squad down. They had a great preseason. It was important to keep that going, I think. And there was a few people, and I'm not gonna say a lot of it. There was a few people that kind of said, "Well, it's only Palace," and I'm like, you know what? Palace away is a tough game, in my opinion. And I think with Vieira as manager, it adds a little bit of spice to it as well for us. And then I was very happy with the performance. It could easily have been 2-2, I think. Palace had some chances. There was some questionable stuff. I don't know if we want to get too deep into that, but shout for a penalty maybe. you know what, I thought overall, I thought we deserved the win. And yeah, I was very happy for him. I would have loved Jesus to get on the score sheet, but he had a wonderful moment early on. I'm not sure if you saw it, where he kind of skipped past a couple of players, and I was like, oh, if he buries this, he's going to be off to the races, you know. And but yeah, I thought it was a really good, solid performance. Standout William Saliba. Very happy that he's in the team now, and I think we've handled him the right way, even though a lot of people might not agree.
Yeah, William Saliba, man of the match performance. We had talked a little bit about him in the summer. I was curious. I mean, I always felt that you guys should hold on to him. I think it's a great move that you guys did. I watched his France debut. I think it was in the Nations League, right? Nations League gave him his debut, and I thought he was amazing. And you know, there was talk of him going back to Marseille or going to, I think even Barcelona. He was linked with, I think, at one point. And I think if you guys hold on to him, that's a great player for your squad. I think that'll push Ben White to the bench when Tomiyasu's fit.
Yeah. I mean, Saliba is long term. He's very young. Gave him 2 loan spells of high level football. It's rare that you can get to do that and keep the player, right? Or maybe they just don't quite fit in. But I think Arteta was very keen to let him do this year and then take a look at him in preseason, and he's answered critics. So I see Waleed there's asking, was it convincing though? For me, game 1 away in the Premier League doesn't need to be convincing. It just needs to be a result. That's what we got.
Hoff, did you catch any of the Arsenal game?
I did. Saliba was good. I was a little jealous. He was really good. I thought Zinchenko was pretty good too. I love Zinchenko. He's such a good player. I thought he played really well. He had that assist on Martinelli's goal. That was he's a great player. Mark Gahey did not have a good day. It just wasn't his day at all. Jesus just bodied him off a couple times, and then he got the own goal. It just wasn't his day, unfortunately.
Yeah, Gahey was linked with, I think, Chelsea, and he was linked with some other clubs. I wonder. I mean, I think I might definitely. Actually, I'm reading too far into it. You know, things like that. Maybe, you know, a big club comes in for you, you don't get the move. I wonder if it affects something, you know, mentally. That now maybe there's extra pressure on you playing. I don't know. There could be a multitude of things when I hear Mark Gahey's name. Interesting fact. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, to add on to that, I'm sure that he has maybe not an eye on it, but he's thinking about, can I play my way into the World Cup squad? Which, because I've seen him linked with that. I think I'm pretty sure he was in the Nations League squads. So that was a chance to impress. And then now we're in the club portion. I wonder if that had a little bit to do with it as well.
He had a decent season last year, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's quite highly regarded.
Yeah.
Thank you, Uni, for the raid, by the way. I hope you had a good stream. Appreciate that, bro. One thing I wanted to point out is since the start of last season, only Liverpool and Manchester City have scored more goals from corners than Arsenal. It was a really nicely worked free corner kick for the goal there. City and Liverpool with 15 each, and Arsenal now have 14. Yeah, you know, these are important goals. A simple set piece can change the whole complexion. You know, just a goal can change the complexion of a game, and it coming from a set piece is massive.
I think it's something that they've worked on as a squad a lot in training, because the improvement since Arteta took over for set pieces is pretty massive.
Yeah, and I think that's a big sign of proper maturity. You know, you know, it's those are high, you know, just intelligent plays. You know, intelligent plays. Do you think that Arsenal need anyone else? There's links. We could talk We'll talk about Arsenal transfers now. We'll talk about other transfers later. There's links to Tielemans. lately, and also I believe Fabian Ruiz has been rumored. I don't think that's as strong. And Lucas Paqueta. Are these just Tielemans could definitely be a starter. I think. Do you think these are mainly just for more depth for the squad?
I think it's depth, but also, there's a question mark overhanging Thomas Partey, obviously, without getting too deep into that. We don't know what's going to happen there long term. Xhaka, he's kind of like the Marmite of the team. You either love him or you hate him at this point. And Tielemans we can use, right? And there was talk to maybe Torreira would stay. Now he's gone. He doesn't want to be in England. It's very simple. So he's now gone to Galatasaray, and that frees up a spot. And I think Tielemans would be awesome. I don't know. As for the Paqueta thing, I just don't see where he fits in. We have a glut of creative players. I feel like we need more of a winger / forward. You know what I mean? Because I think they'd like to get rid of Nicolas Pepe. I don't think there are any takers because they could get him for cheap, but his wage demands, he's on such good money at Arsenal that he's in no rush to leave.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see us with another attacking winger. Just that depth. Yeah, we're gonna need it, right? At some point, we're gonna need to rely on that.
Yeah, definitely.
How would you feel about Depay? I don't know if he's linked or not, but I know he's kind of that type of player.
I feel like having seen him in England, I didn't light it up. So for me, I would probably go for someone established or somebody new.
That makes sense.
They've been linked with, who was it? Cash was telling me the other day, the guy from Leverkusen.
Diaby?
Yeah, Diaby, yeah.
Yeah.
So we've been linked with him in the last couple of days as well. So, yeah.
Let's see. What else we got in chat here? Arsenal should get another winger, Stefan says. Yeah. They were willing to spend 60 million on Rafinha. True. Great point.
Pepe's a legend.
Pepe's a legend.
I mean, I've said it before. I don't mind Pepe off the bench. I really don't. I don't think he should start a Premier League game, but I think with 10 minutes to go and you need fresh legs out on the wing, he can really be a threat then, and that's pretty much when he's excelled for us, has been in that exact time frame.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Things are looking good for Arsenal, I think, I think it's good. I'm curious to see how if and when they rotate, how things look for them then.
Yeah.
Pretty young squad, not tons of depth. Diaby and Gakpo. Alrighty. Well, let's move along. Unless there's anything else, I'm just gonna see chat if there's anything else you guys see. Ruiz is going to PSG. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the other side of North London, Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur come back from a 1-0 deficit to a resounding 4-1 victory. Dejan Kulusevski has now assisted 9 goals in the Premier League since making his debut in February. That is the most of any player in that time span. And across Europe's top 5 leagues, only Ousmane Dembele has more with 11. I saw most of this game, actually. I thought it was a pretty decent game from Spurs. Yeah, they look pretty good. Hoff, what are your feelings on this game?
I was slightly worried after Southampton went up because they're normal. They, for some reason or another, they always seem to give us problems. Ward-Prowse's goal was really well taken. It was a really nice goal. I love a little bouncing half volley. I thought Sessegnon stood out for me. He got the first goal. And I just saw earlier today. I mentioned it last week, I think, about Perisic being kind of more of a locker room signing. and Sessegnon like told him, like he told me to get in and go for headers on the back post. So I like to see that, and they're competing for spots. So I like that Perisic is like, I guess, helping him out. Kulusevski's, he was incredible. He's been such a revelation since he showed up. All of the Juventus fans, every single one that I saw after we got him, were like, "Oh, good, thank God he's gone. He's not good." And I'm like, I mean, the guy, he was 21 at that point. He's 21 years old. Like,
Yeah,
you're gonna write a guy off for the rest of his career at 21 just because he didn't play well at one of the biggest clubs in the world? Okay, that's fine.
yeah, on the
yeah.
topic of the Juventus fans, I think definitely Kulusevski there, he didn't really shine at Juventus like this. But I think Bentancur was the one that most people were kind of trolling you guys about. I wonder if there was like a kind of a deal, like if you take Bentancur, we'll give you a reduced price for Kulusevski or something.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that.
And he's been quietly one of our better midfielders. I mean, it's not that hard when Lo Celso and Ndombele are the players they are, and Winks isn't going to start over him. So, yeah, he's been pretty solid too. There's been some moments where he's not been up to par, but I would say overall he's been a good signing as well. Yeah,
and he's playing right wing.
Yes,
not wing back, right? Right wing.
Sometimes he'll drop into wing back if he wants to. If Conte wants to put like Lucas on, or maybe in the future Richarlison. But yeah, he's starting at that right winger spot.
Yeah, you guys got like you said, competition for spots is really good over there. It seems like they'll have a good competitive spirit. Milo, did you catch any of the Spurs game? I think at the time we were watching. Oh, you did? Okay, nice.
Well, I watched the extended highlights package.
Right.
But yeah, like I watched like the 12-minute highlight reel.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's like usually like a 2-minute, a 12-minute, and a 28-minute or whatever.
Right.
So I went for the middle one, and because we were watching Newcastle, Notts Forest.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was. From what I can see from Tottenham, I mean, obviously, your depth looks good. I mean, Southampton are one of my, if you refer to my predictions, they are one of my picks to go down.
Forgot about that.
So, I mean, but I don't want to be like the guy that says, "Oh, it's only Southampton," because people said that about Palace for me, and I was like, "What are you talking about? It's a tough game." So, like, you went and got the job done, right? So it's nice to get off to that good start. I'm sure we're going to talk about that pretty soon again. But like, it's nice to get off to that good start. Yeah, and they looked all right. And I mean, once you went a goal down, I was quite excited, I must admit, for a few minutes. And then, very quickly it turned around. I think during the game I was watching live, Cash was kind of giving updates to Tottenham in the Discord. And Sakula was having a great game. And then obviously when I watched the highlights, you can see that lovely finish, I thought, from him at the end. I like that. He just sort of side-footed it into the far corner. I enjoyed that finish. He looks like a really good player. So no, they're not an easy side. Waleed, I agree, Southampton, but I do think they're going to struggle this year. And I think Tottenham clearly were too much for them. And top of the league. I mean, I honestly, honest to God, don't tend to look at the table till mid-December.
Yeah.
So, I might glance at it here and there, obviously, especially if we're discussing stuff. But for the most part, I mean, you just want to get off the mark, right? That's it. You got the job done. So.
About Spurs' depth. So just wing backs. You guys just signed Spence, and then you have Reguilon, Emerson Royale, and Doherty. Is there anyone else you guys have, or does Perisic plays on that?
Reguilon's on the left.
Reguilon's on the left.
Yeah, so on the right, it's Spence, Royale, and Doherty.
Oh, okay, yeah. And on the left, it's Perisic and Reguilon, basically.
Mm-hmm. And Sessegnon.
Yeah, that's good depth. Oh, Sessegnon as well. Dang, 3 players for each side. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty solid depth.
And well, I guess we'll talk about transfers in a second, but there was another one today.
Okay. Yeah.
I just want to say real quick, there was a moment in this game. So like we're watching like top tier athletes in the world, and it's not very often that like when we're watching these guys that you could like truly honestly say I could have done that better. When Salisu scored the own goal, I could have done better than that. Have you guys seen that own goal? He had time, and he for some reason his feet got just mixed up underneath him, and he left-footed it into the side net, and it was I don't know what he was thinking, but honest to God, I could have done better. All 3 of us probably could have done better.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
We should 100%. I'm going to digress from that game just for 1 second, and that is should 100% check out Dybala's corner today. I retweeted it on Twitter. Oh my word, the worst corner in the history of football, hands down.
No.
I gotta see that.
You really do need to see it. It's pretty funny.
See what's happening in chat here. It's a big L for Juve. He wasn't really good for them. Probably wasn't an Allegri player. All right, well, yeah. Anything else about Tottenham? I think they look good. They look strong. You know, they look mature. I don't know if that's the manager rubbing off onto them, or rubbing off. Is that how you say that? Rubbing off onto them?
Yeah. Yes, I think so.
I thought there was like.
I mean, you have to say it very carefully.
Yeah. I thought I. All right, let's keep it moving. To the now we got a couple games here. We'll start with Manchester United Brighton. Okay, let's start with Manchester United Brighton. Let me get the timer going here. We got a bit of time here. Manchester United lose 2-1 to Brighton at home in their season opener. Pretty meh. Pretty disappointing game. The defensive, the 10. It was even spoke about they spoke about it during preseason about Ten Hag's system, is that these are the kind of goals we'll concede. Right, we're trying to play high wingers, push up with a lot of players, and then it leaves a lot of space for the counter if they break through the press. And both of those goals came from that situation. So I'm expecting to see more goals like this. Real quick, I felt for Brighton, Brighton have been together for a couple of years now. Sure, they lost Basuma and Cucurella, but it's one of those teams. They play role. They have their roles. They buy players that can play their roles, and I don't, just like we've been saying with Southampton and Palace. It's not an easy team to play. It's not an easy team to play. First win for them at Old Trafford, I think, in history. That's in 16 games or something. I just pointed. I noted down Welbeck, Lallana, obviously Pascal Gross. Oh yeah, I forgot the title of Hoffspur. Pascal Gross and Caicedo I thought they all played really well.
Yeah.
On the other side, I saw. I mean, a lot of people didn't play well, but I felt Dalot in particular, McTominay, Fred, Rashford had maybe 2 full chances that one should have been on target, and one he could have put in the back of the net, and a couple half chances that he could have done a little better with. I feel I thought he had a poor game, and also De Gea did not have the most convincing distribution and stuff like that as well. So I just kind of noted those guys as poor games. I did feel that outside of them, I thought I thought Eriksen had a great game. I thought Martinez had a great game. He did get away with a penalty. Other than that, I felt like he had a great game. I looked up some of his stats. He had 94% pass accuracy, 5 out of 7 long balls. According to some ratings website, they were statistically him and Eriksen, the new signings, were the highest rated players for Man United. And I totally feel that. Bruno was giving the ball away left and right. Sancho had a subpar game. I mean, Sancho is one of, the wingers in attacking positions are positions that need the rest of the team to be playing well. But when you have Fred and McTominay behind you again for, I think, the third, fourth season in a row, nothing great is happening. Yeah, that's kind of my spiel. We can talk more about it. But any thoughts on the game for you, Hoff, on that one?
Where was Jadon Sancho?
Yeah, he was pretty much non-existent.
I thought he had a decent preseason, but he was, I couldn't find him.
Yeah, like I was saying, I think it's a product of the rest of the, it's the machine is just not working with that midfield. And also on his side is Dalot as well, and Dalot is not. He might have the physicality for the Prem. He's a relatively big guy for a attacking wingback, and he's got a decent cross on him, but his defensive capabilities are really poor. His communication with McTominay, who's his inside, he has Dalot and McTominay as his midfield and fullback. Sancho does. When that's the situation, I really have to suspend my judgment on his performance. It's just, and I felt that when he got the ball, he did positive things with it. I just think that he made a couple of great decisions. I felt on the ball, but yeah, he does not have much help, and also the lack of a striker to focus to attacking wise for him was tough until Ronaldo came on later in the game. But yeah, it really is like that. Just I grew up with Barcelona, right? Pep Guardiola Barcelona, and the wingers, they literally just walked. They hugged the sideline and they just walked. Henry, Villa, Pedro. Obviously, they're ready to run in behind, but they don't do anything in build-up until it gets to the final third, right? When it gets to the final third, then they switch on. And that's a testament to, obviously, Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, Busquets, Thuram, all those guys, or Yaya Toure, excuse me, getting the ball out to them and then playing off of them and stuff. So it's sad. It's sad that that such a high potential player like Sancho, is in this dysfunctional United machine, in my opinion. It's tough. It's tough, because there is class there. There's class there, in my opinion. But yeah, it sucks to see such a talented player, because it'll hurt his confidence. It'll slowly hurt. It'll hurt his confidence slowly. But hopefully they got some good. Hopefully they're keeping the mentality right in the camp. Hopefully. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, Milo, your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to understand. So maybe you can help me understand. The game plan was to have Eriksen like a false nine kind of thing, drop back, Rashford, Sancho in behind, that sort of thing. Is that what the game plan was?
So it started with Bruno false nine.
Okay.
And we've started. I think we have started a couple games like that in the past. Bruno just plays this. It's not really it's a free roaming false nine, and free roaming is an understatement. With Fred and McTominay, it did allow Eriksen to push forward a little more. I believe the first change was Fred off, and Eriksen dropped back immediately. So Eriksen's playing more of an 8-8, and at the end of the game, he played a 6, which is kind of weird.
I think I look at your team sheet and the way it was set up. I mean, obviously Ten Hag's new, and he's got to implement his thoughts and processes and players yet to come in, yada yada yada. But I looked at it and I just thought it doesn't look threatening enough You know what I mean? And Brighton is a team that is like, I'm used to looking at United's team sheet and being like, it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
I just don't get that feeling when I looked at that lineup specifically. And I think you could line up differently. You're crying out for a centre forward. I cannot believe that you weren't more strongly linked with some of the forwards that have been available in this window, because you're crying out for one. The team sheet alone, it makes it really clear. And you could play Rashford and Sancho either side of a centre forward, and then I'd find a way to get Eriksen and Bruno in behind, like a 2 AMF kind of role. That's what I'd be looking to do with those two, because I think that's where Eriksen will shine the most, and I think Bruno's play really well like that too. So you'll probably I don't know what kind of a game Martinez has. I didn't watch the entire game, so again, only extended highlights. I know Martinez spoke fairly highly of in the game, so
I thought he played. Statistically, he was one of the best players in the game. He did get away with a penalty, a clear-cut penalty.
Yeah, right.
He just went into the back, I think, of Welbeck, I think
I saw that, yeah.
That was clear. But other than that, I thought he played pretty well. Pretty well.
With Arnautovic, I see in the chat they mentioned and maybe you're going to get into transfers, but I saw that as well. And I just, again, for me, that's not the caliber of player I expect to be linked to Man United.
No,
you know what I mean?
It's not. It's not. I remember asking this question to stream yesterday. Arnautovic and we talk about Arnautovic is not the caliber you want to be linked with, and also he's a decent player, but it's there's attitude problems. That's his. I believe there was some racist incident in the past, I think, with Arnautovic
when he was playing with Austria. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then
try and go get Lautaro.
Yeah, that would.
There was rumors he was available, right? I know Arsenal were linked with him a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen at striker. We were linked with Sesko. He just signed with Leipzig just recently. A Slovenian starlet, I believe. Slovenian guy.
Mm-hmm. Football manager wonder kid.
Yeah, he's huge. He's huge.
Yeah.
Again, you look at that team, like Rashford on the left. You can live with that. You could live with Rashford, Sancho, and a centre forward. Like I say, change it up a bit, but man, the depth situation, it could be a long season for you.
Does Martial thrive in the middle of them? I don't know. Probably not, but I mean, he could get goals, but I don't know.
He could get goals.
I feel like that fits the system more. He fits the system more, I should say.
He's back with the club, is he?
Mm-hmm.
He's injured. Yeah, he's injured.
Okay.
Arnautovic. I'm trying to remember if he did he have did he ever train with Ten Hag? I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think he did a long time ago, like 10 years or so.
There must be some connection there. It's interesting. Arnautovic and Rabiot apparently today 15 million. Agreed with Juventus. Both of those guys have had behavioral issues with their squads and teams, and it's like we got rid of Pogba and Lingard, and now we're bringing in these two.
Guendouzi.
Yeah, we got our Guendouzis, and it'll just be interesting to see how that develops. But just to move on to Rabiot, I think he ticks some boxes. I think he really does tick some boxes.
He's an upgrade, yeah.
He's definitely an upgrade. He's good on the ball. He's technically sound. He's physical. I think he's like 6'2". I think he is much better than McTominay. So it is an upgrade. Is it the stride I thought we would take? No, it's not. But we have to live with it to some extent.
Baby steps might be the best way forward. I feel like.
Yeah,
like I can say as an Arsenal fan, I've watched my team make baby steps, and You know what I mean? Like, we're building something now, and you really need to hit that reset button. Now's the time.
Yeah. It'll be interesting.
Cash asked me this question twice in chat there.
Yeah.
For that. Yeah. Talking about owners, he's talking about the Cronkies spending money. Are they still a problem for the club? I don't think we can have any complaints with our ownership right now, Cash. Not at all. How can you? They spent money the last 2 years, bringing in players that the manager wants. Can't have any complaints about them now, right? We need a couple more, and they're saying they're trying to get them, and all good things at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's move on from United. I do think that the striker situation needs to be settled. I think at center back, we'll see if Maguire how long he'll be in the team. I was pleasantly surprised to see Martinez start and Eriksen both start. But yeah, I think there's still room for another midfielder. I do think there's another room for a midfielder in addition to Rabiot. But we'll talk more transfers in a sec here. Let's keep moving to other games. Liverpool-Fulham. Liverpool drew 2-2 early on Saturday. Alexander Mitrovic has now scored 44 goals in 45 matches since the start of last season. That's 15 more than any other player in England's top 4 leagues. I'm not sure about Europe. Let's see. This is the first game that Liverpool had 6 players over the age of 30 in their starting 11 since 1994. I think Thiago got injured, picked up an injury today as well. So that's there's a little maybe a little frailty for that Jurgen Klopp style in the middle. What else do we got here? Did you guys see any of the Liverpool game? Any of the highlights? Thoughts about that game? Yeah, Hoff?
Yeah, go for it,
I
Hoff.
woke up early and actually watched most of it. I was surprised at how unintimidated Fulham were against Liverpool. Like they didn't give a shit who they were playing against. They stuck to their game plan. They took it. I mean, Mitrovic dominated Van Dijk, and you can't say that very often about anyone. I don't know if it's just unfamiliarity playing against him or his age starting to show a little bit. I don't know. But Mitrovic was incredible. He was all over the place. And it was nice to see him, because I know when Fulham were up 2 years ago, he was not good. He didn't want to hold up. Not that he didn't want to. He didn't feel comfortable holding up the ball. I think Marco Silva has done a good job of empowering him to be by himself up front, especially against like teams like Liverpool. They're gonna isolate him. I think he was good, better than good. He was great. As far as Liverpool goes, I'm concerned with their midfield. If I'm a Liverpool fan, I'm concerned with, because they have the 3 midfielders. Thiago can't stay healthy. When he's healthy, he's great. Henderson, Fabinho, Milner, they're all getting older, so they're not going to be around for 4 or 5 more years. And yes, you do have Jones and Elliott that can play there, and they just signed Carvalho.
Keita as well, yeah.
Yeah, and Keita's, if he was consistent, if he could give you like 6.5s every game, they would be set in midfield, I think. But so he goes from like 4 to 8 to 7 to 4.5. But if he was just like a 6 to a 7 player like every game, I think their midfield would be okay. But I'm a little surprised they didn't address it beyond Carvalho.
Yeah. I mean, Henderson and Thiago are getting up there. I think Fabinho is. I think he's the youngest of the bunch. I think he's either 28 or 29. So he's got he should be all right. But yeah, depending on Henderson and Thiago is going to be tricky. Milo, Any thoughts
I
about?
think, as far as their midfield goes, I think part of their plan is, and I don't know if there's any Liverpool fans in the chat that could comment. I believe they want to give Carvalho, but also are Elliott and Jones still there? Or have they gone out on loan? Like
Elliott's
Jones.
there.
Elliott's
Curtis
there.
Jones, I'm not
definitely
sure.
there.
Yeah,
I don't know if he was hurt or he didn't. I don't think he came on.
I think they're probably looking for them to step up. So there'll be some games this year where the main squad doesn't feature, and knowing Klopp, it will be the Premier League and the Champions League that gets the focus.
Yeah.
And those other, they're really going to rest and probably play some very, quote unquote weaker teams in the cup competitions. That's how I feel they're going to approach the season, because like quality depth, they might be a little short. I thought the game was good. Yeah, your point on Mitrovic, like he had a mare last time they were up, and I remember that year picking him for FPL.
Yes,
because I thought he was going to be a real
big
bargain.
Signing.
Yeah, I thought he'd be a really good bargain that year, and he just didn't perform. And then obviously they went back down again. No fear. I mean, I saw that last year with who was it that beat Arsenal on day one? We lost to Brentford.
Brentford.
Brentford.
So, I've seen it when a team comes up, they want to make a statement. I thought there was a classic newly promoted team against a very good Premier League side, one of the top two, in fact, from last season, and Nunez will be happy to score. At the end of the day, I've talked to a couple of big Liverpool fans about that game, and they are disappointed not to get off to 3 points. But it's a tough ask. That opening day, there's a lot going on opening day. It's not just a formality ever, I don't think.
Right. Speaking of Nunez, he is the third player to score and assist a goal in his Premier League debut. Can you name the other two? It was all after 2010.
Goal and assist on debut.
One was a Manchester City player, and one was a Chelsea player. They're both one's retired, recently retired, and one is still playing. Aguero for City. Yeah, Aguero for City. And
a Chelsea player.
Alvaro Morata.
Of course.
His debut, he scored and assisted. Just other quick fact about that game. Liverpool ended a run of 51 matches without giving away a penalty. So that's pretty good. Van Dijk conceded a penalty for the first time since 2018. So it was interesting. I think it was Van Dijk was dribbled past and he conceded a penalty in the same game for the first time or something. Yeah.
And Salah continued his opening match scoring streak.
Oh, that's right. He's joined. Who was it from last? Harry Kane, Rooney. Or no. Oh no, opening match scoring streak. Sorry, and he has the most opening. Match day 1 goals, number of goals, 8 goals now. Yeah. Leeds Wolves. Just a quick fact about this: Leeds beat Wolves, by the way. I'm keeping an eye on Leeds and Fulham because they got a couple of Americans there. This is the first time since 2008 that 2 pairs of Americans have started a Premier League match, which is pretty cool. It's, we're November 28th. November 28th. It's all happening. So we had Robinson and the captain Tim Ream for Fulham, and then Tyler Adams and Aronson for Leeds. I think Aronson got the winner in that one.
It was actually an own goal.
Oh, it was an own goal?
I only know that because Aronson's on my fantasy team and he didn't get goal points.
How was that an own? Wasn't the shot from like the middle of the goal, or no?
He was like right inside of the 6. I think the defender slid in and hit it before Aronson could connect.
Okay,
but it was bang bang. He was right there.
Gotcha.
But he didn't get goal points.
Yeah. And 2008, by the way, it was a I think, what was his name? Convey? What was his name?
Bobby
Convey. Hanneman for Reading. That was in 2008, and then Dempsey, Keller, and McBride for Fulham at the time.
Oh,
so that was
triple threat.
That's why that's part of my Fulham love, you know. And I love Craven Cottage. It was so cool to see Craven Cottage back in the Premier League too.
Craven Cottage is amazing.
Yeah. It was cool to see.
It really is.
Yeah.
You got to be careful declaring your little crush on Leeds, though. They're a big rival of Man United.
I'm keeping an eye on Leeds. I like Fulham. Okay. I like Fulham.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify.
And Jesse Marsch is over there too. I mean, he's got to be. He's got a big shot for being the next U.S. manager, probably.
What was the argument between him and Bruno Lage? I saw him getting into it after they shook hands. I was like, "What? They shook hands?" And then they were right in each other's face.
I don't know exactly what happened there.
He probably said it's called soccer. I don't know.
Yeah. They were getting into it. Moving on to Bournemouth Villa. All I have written down here is Jefferson Lerma's goal after 1 minute 56 seconds was the quickest goal scored by a newly promoted team on opening day history. That's kind of cool. Jefferson Lerma.
Nice.
He's one of my PES 21 faves. He's my mini Vieira. Believe it or not. He's pretty good. I've got to be honest, I did not see that. Though, I think it was a 2-0 win for Bournemouth over Villa. And not a great start for Villa, you know? A lot of new signings there. We'll see if Gerrard can get him in line. It's so reactionary, but, if things don't work out at Villa, they got a decent squad. It could be an attractive location for a manager, you know? If things don't work out for Stevie G, they've got a really nice squad. I believe I was reading something about how Tyrone Mings has been stripped of the captaincy and given nothing, and he's not even starting matches now, right? He was club captain. Yeah.
I read something today that basically he gets into training and shows that he's ready to go, he'll be in the team.
Yeah, that's what Gerrard said, right? Yeah. So that's I wonder if there's any, if the vibes are off, if something's going on, I don't know.
Is he being linked with one of these teams that's looking for defenders?
I don't know. Who knows? And the final game I have written down here. Oh no, wait. We can talk. 2 more games. Chelsea Everton. Chelsea Everton was it the late kickoff on Saturday, I believe. Chelsea come out on top there. Raheem Sterling playing a decent game. Jorginho converting a penalty. What do you think of those Chelsea kits, though? What do you think of those Chelsea kits, by the way, with the light blue stripes on them? I think they're pretty sweet. Pretty nice.
They remind me of toothpaste.
A little bit of toothpaste, a little bit of ocean, that'd be like a, what are they called? What are those called? Like the it's not a wetsuit, but it's like one step down from a wetsuit. Rash guard. Yeah. It looks like a rash guard. You'd see snorkeling around in the Bahamas or something.
I thought Chelsea weren't very convincing in that game.
Yeah, I read a statistic about Havertz. He's played 21 games outside, or since the start of last season, he's played, or since he arrived or something, he's played 21 games against teams outside of the bottom 3 at the time. And in those games, he scored 2 goals and assisted 1 against teams outside of the bottom 3. So all of his stats are coming from teams against the bottom 3, I think, at the time of playing them.
Adding stats.
Which is pretty crazy.
I still think they'll be solid. I mean, I'm rooting for them next weekend. So
yeah. They signed Chukwuemeka, I think, from
Villa.
Yeah.
Also, Cucurella had a. I think Cucurella played well. I saw a bit of his play. He played well. Yeah, I thought they were all right. I think they'll be all right. I think I have them at 5th in my predictions, and at present time, that's looking like how it might end up. Last but not least, we have City and West Ham.
Did you cover Leicester Brentford, by the way?
We haven't talked about Leicester Brentford.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I just you said there was only one more. I just wondered if there was a reason.
No, there's probably some other games I missed too, but
there was a couple of cracking goals in that game. That's all. If no one saw them, go watch the highlights.
Was it Madison or?
It was Dewsbury Hall's finish. I thought was really nice, and then it was Josh De Silva for Brentford in the 86th minute, and he absolute belter from the edge of the box. It was a really good game.
I gotta watch those highlights. I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah.
Too much football already.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No. Talk about whatever. I'm just hitting the big six and any other interesting stats I'm seeing. City West Ham. Oh yeah, go ahead, Hoff.
Sorry, before we get to City, I just wanted to fly in on Everton real quick.
Yeah.
It pains me so much to watch Dele Alli play right now. Like, that guy was incredible for like 2.5, 3 seasons, and it's like he'd never played since Poch left. Well, a little bit before Poch left, but it's just so deflating to watch him play. I can't do it. Well, Everton are crap as well, but I can't watch Dele play. It's sad. That's all. I just wanted to add that.
Inject it into my veins. I love it. I love to see it. I was never a fan.
I mean, I think they're looking. We can talk about transfer rumors in a sec, but just Lampard wants what's his name? Billy Gilmore. He wants Billy Gilmore from Chelsea. He wants to bring him in. So maybe that'll do something. I don't know. Everton, it's tough. It's tough watching Everton. They had a couple, American links back in the day as well. So they got a little spot. Anyways, City West Ham. City, as it's been mentioned in the chat already. Congrats to Man City for winning their 6th league title in 7 years. Not a Farmers League though. Yeah, City are playing some. They're just such a well-oiled machine. They've made all the right signings. Pep is a draw for this type of football, and he attracts those players. We know they can do it against the easy games and stuff like that. They can also do it in the tough games in the Premier League. Can they do it in the other games? We'll see later in the season. Haaland is the second debutant in the Premier League to score in history to both win a penalty and successfully convert it after Chelsea's in April 2016. April 2016. April debut. So,
jeez.
Yeah. So it was a I think it was a short loan. Wow, it's a long time ago now. It felt like
was that Higuain?
It wasn't Higuain.
Okay.
Torres?
It wasn't Torres. He played for Milan.
Sheva?
No, not Sheva.
Okay.
That'd be maybe 2000.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a long time ago.
Also, yeah.
Alexandre Pato. He went on loan, I think, to Chelsea for a very short amount of time. I think he came from Villarreal or something. I can't remember.
Wow.
But anyways, yeah, City looked good. City looked really good. Anything else you guys want to add about City? Any other Premier League games you want to chat about before we move on?
I thought Haaland's goal from open play was quite a good one. Was it De Bruyne through ball?
It was a very nice De Bruyne through ball.
Yeah, like I literally saw like through ball and then the finish, and I mean that's got to be. I mean, a lot of teams are gonna have to watch that replay because they're gonna be trying that all season long. So if you could shut that down, you're gonna limit Haaland's opportunities to set pieces, and I think that's gonna be the key, shutting him down. But obviously was folds.
Yeah. I mean, I talked a bit about it on stream. Was if you try to press this City team high with the explosive speed and acceleration of Haaland, trying to play a high press against him is going to be very, very dangerous now. Very dangerous.
Yeah.
And also on the flip side of that, Haaland's size and strength will make him a threat against teams that park the bus as well. So it's just the double whammy. But I think if you press properly, you can do it. Like, for example, if United try to press, like we tried to press Brentford on there, I think it was their second goal. It's gonna be toast. It's gonna be toast. Anyways, Saliba can handle Haaland, maybe. I think Lautaro. I mean, what's his name? Lisandro can do it too. Lisandro can do it.
I'll be watching, but I'm really looking forward to seeing not how he plays against him, what Romero does to Haaland.
Yeah, it'll be curious to see.
That's why Gabriel, I don't know if you noticed, Gabriel's bulked up a little bit. A bit thicker. I reckon it's all part of preparing for Haaland.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Lots of transfers. Moving into transfers. We have Isco from a free agent to Sevilla. Obviously, we talked about Rabiot to United. Christian Benteke has gone to DC United, joining Wayne Rooney over there. Gini Wijnaldum has gone to Roma.
Yep.
I want to say United were slightly linked with him. It doesn't matter now. Cucurella this week went to Chelsea, had a nice debut there. Bernardo de Barca is still a rumor floating around. He's maybe involved in the Frenkie de Jong roulette. Renato Sanchez has finished his 15 million. I don't know if it's a loan or option to buy, but 15 million moved to PSG. Alex Telles left United to Sevilla, and we mentioned the new midfielder for Chelsea. Any signings that you are looking forward? We can talk about Barca in a sec as well. Any signings you're looking forward to or hoping your Spurs or Arsenal will make? I know we mentioned a little bit of Arsenal already.
Yeah.
What about Spurs? Anybody? Depay or anything?
I wouldn't say no to him. I just don't think it makes much sense. But I wouldn't.
Quiet on Tottenham's front, hasn't it? A bit.
We finalized the. I don't know if I pronounce his last name right. Destiny Udoji from Udinese. He's just a wing back, but he's gonna stay on loan at Udinese for another year.
Okay.
It kind of reminds me of the Brian Eel signing from last year. I know it's not the same position, but just like a young guy that Paratici likes. And he's gonna loan him back out to actually the club he got him to. Same with Pape Sarr. He did that. He just loaned him back to Metz last year. And maybe he'll get integrated into the squad if Doherty or Emerson leaves.
I mean, Sarr was a Pez beast. He was a beast in Pez. I haven't seen him play in real life. But speaking of Sarr, I think Chelsea's has a Sarr as well.
Malang Sarr.
I think he's linked to a move back to France. I think
I saw that they were potentially loaning him somewhere.
Okay, maybe it was a loan. Yeah. Milo, anything? We spoke a little bit about Arsenal already. Yeah. So
Tielemans and a winger, attacking winger of some kind would be my preference.
While we're here, did you see any of the Arsenal documentary, All or Nothing documentary?
I still am yet to watch it, so I have access to it. I just need to find the time to sit down, and it was a lot of racing yesterday, and I did a bit of extra practice.
I still haven't finished the second episode. I started I think a week ago, but I saw an interview. I don't know if it's from the documentary. I'm guessing it is from the documentary, but I think it was Emile Smith-Rowe or somebody was being asked who in the Arsenal camp is most likely to become a coach. And the response was Cedric and Granit Xhaka, which I thought was interesting. It makes it maybe the whole it adds a whole another layer to the Xhaka. You know,
I'm gonna have to remind Cash that I have 2-month-old twins at home. So when I'm not streaming, gaming, or talking to you,
jeez,
I've been a little busy. So shout it.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I was gonna comment on the talking to you bit you just said, but I'm gonna pass over it. With relation to a certain chatter, Arsenal fan chatter. Yeah, I mean, look, United. We've talked about it already. I think there's room for one more signing at midfield. I really hope it gets done. If it doesn't, because Fred had some real shaky moments at that 6. I don't think he's a double pivot player. I mean, for Brazil, he plays in a double as an 8 next to Casemiro. Casemiro's the anchor there. He's not an anchor. You know, he's not a deep lying build-up guy. Not a Matic. He doesn't have that mentality. Garner's a little too green. McTominay can't do the 6 anyways. Every time the ball comes to McTominay and I see him stick his leg out, I'm just expecting it to just like fly 2 feet in the air. You know, when he tries to trap it. It's I don't know. It's just, yeah. I think we saw a true United performance with McTominay and Fred there. You know, we saw he lost the ball for the first goal, I believe. He got away with a you know, he's just a little reckless. Well, we're gonna move on in 2 sections. We'll be talking a little bit more about that. But
okay,
yeah. Barca news. Have you guys heard anything about this Barca thing? I just read a tiny bit about it today. They are annulling. They're calling a criminal Bartomeu, right? The previous owner or the chair, whatever it's called. They're calling the contracts of Frenkie de Jong from back then criminal, and they're gonna try to annul it on criminal charges. And I think this is the latest loophole that's going on here. Also, Piqué has decided to terminate his contract and re-sign on a lower wage, I believe. You know, he's taking one for the team. I don't know what's happening otherwise. You know, there's a lot of weird stuff going on at Barca. We spoke a little bit about it in the build up to the show. I don't think anyone knows what's going on, and who knows what kind of legal loopholes Barcelona will come up with to this is like capitalism at its best, you know. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts about Barcelona. You guys,
it's fascinating.
Yeah,
like that's like it really is fascinating because you're looking at that team. Like my entire life up to this point, they've always been one of the best. You know, one of like the pinnacle really of European football. Then see all this going down. Man,
he's moving an inch closer to the mic.
Sorry, yeah, I've no doubt that things will. You know, I think things will be resolved and they'll move on. But fascinating. What about you, Hoff? What do you think?
I know I've asked it a couple times. I don't think I've asked it on the show, or just stated it. It is really weird to me. Like when I first started watching, like you said, Barcelona is like the pinnacle. And also, like there was at least from my point of view, there was like a I know it's the wrong word, but there was like a purity about them. They didn't have shirt sponsors. They didn't have stadium sponsors, anything. They didn't need it. They had the commercial money, the non-sponsorship. They had all of this other stuff coming in and they didn't need it. And like, it was like this, I don't know. And now how it's transitioned to like, they're the bad guy. And I think Messi leaving helped accelerate that view, because a lot of people like just love Lionel Messi, myself included, and it's a lot easier to dislike the things that Barcelona are doing if there are players there that you don't have an affinity for. Yeah, so it's just wild to me how that change has happened, especially this year. Like, they're trying to, I know it was a different board, or at least president, I don't know who's on the board. Why not honor your contracts? Why do you need the next big thing? Like, you signed someone signed these guys. I can understand, like, trying to sell a guy that's not performing, things like that. The guy, in Frankie's case, he's always wanted to play for Barcelona. Like, this is his place. He wanted to play there. And they're like, oh yeah, you can play here if you take a pay cut. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, honor your contract. I don't know. PK's a better man than I am, because I would have told him to shove it if they asked me to take another pay cut. The first one, okay, I would do it. But this is what, the second or third one now for PK?
Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling there's talk of PK wanting to be club president at one day, and I think this will go a long way as far as that goes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, what they're doing with Frankie's really tough, man. It's real unfortunate for him. You know, he wants to stay. He's owed tons of money. It's like, what? It's. I mean, this is. I don't think. I mean, I personally can't relate to what he might be feeling. You know. You know, like, I'm owed 17 million, or I'm going to continue making millions of dollars, or, you know, the fact that there's just talk, you know, I mean, we don't know how much is true or not. Obviously, we don't know the inner workings, and, you know, maybe Frankie's calm. I mean, he did put on a mean mug in his latest friendly against Pumas, or in the Gamper Trophy. There's like a screen. There's an image of him just like frowning, you know, like you know, expressing himself on the pitch, you know. But we don't know how much is real and how much is fake. But if there's a shred of truth to some of the things that are being said, there is definitely tension between Frankie's camp and Barcelona. I mean, regardless of what, you know, Manchester United wants, or Chelsea wants, or PSG, he's linked with PSG. I think the real problem to Frankie doing anything is his relationship with Barcelona, and there's something going on there. And honestly, it seems like, you know, Barcelona, you know, too big to fail will prevail, and they'll get their way somehow through some.
That's what I think will happen.
Yeah, some they'll accuse the previous regime of some criminality, or there's some Article 41 where they can force their players to take a pay cut. You know, they can actually force their players to take a pay cut before they go bankrupt themselves. And there's a Spanish laws. There's just so much that I have no clue. Like I said, the capitalistic loopholes and things like that I have no clue what's going on. And I have never seen something like this before, at least in my short, you know, experience with football. Yeah.
I saw a clip today of Braithwaite getting booed really big time, like, because he came out and said that he's owed money or something, like, and the fans didn't like that. Like, what? Like,
yeah, I think some Danish football like account had tweeted that or something. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Braithwaite's I think they've asked him to accept some offers from other clubs, but he doesn't want to take a pay cut, I guess, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if Stefan is the resident Barca fan around these parts, is he not? I'm not sure if he's still here, but Stefan, I don't know if you have any comments on the situation at Barca, but yeah, what a mess.
It's a mess. It is a mess. And then you hear other. Yes, go ahead, Hoff. Yeah.
I was just gonna say it is a mess. I guess I'm not surprised. I'm encouraged that that La Liga isn't bending over backwards to appease Barcelona with all these registry. I'm glad that they're sticking to their rules, because it seems like everyone else around that's associated with the Barcelona is just like trying to find ways to make things work, and they report this much money, and the league is like, you actually don't have that much money, so you can't register those guys yet.
Right.
I'm glad that they're sticking to their guns.
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
Even though in the past they've bailed out Real Madrid,
right?
Which is a little sketchy, like.
Yeah.
It might get a little political there, whether Catalonia is its own thing, right?
True,
I've not been, I've not been, so
it's also
made it.
I'm seeing they're talking in chat. Mordecai is mentioning how Barca had not been sanctioned at this point. There's no way FFP hasn't been violated. I think they're fine by FFP. It's La Liga has much more strict rules, and they go even into wages. Like, it's a wage problem with Barca. These levers are taking care of their their other finances. I think their non-wage revenue. The revenue that they receive from the levers does not translate to wages, and that's how it's different from FFP and the rest of Europe, because La Liga has special rules for wages, and and now I'm hearing that there's some complicated stuff, like even the revenue that was they claimed to have made, a huge chunk of it cannot be claimed as marketing revenue. It's like capital gains revenue or something, and so that takes away from. There's a lot of weird things that I'm reading, and honestly, there's so much I have no clue what's happening. This new criminal thing is new. Annulments. I heard annulments for the first time when it comes to contracts. I've only heard that in Christian Catholic weddings. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm excited. I'm not excited, but I'm looking forward to when the transfer window ends. Someone just tell us what happened. I just want to know the inner workings, because I don't think anyone knows the full story other than the people on the inside. But who knows? Any other transfer news, Barca news you want to? We can kind of move into open panel now. Chat, do you guys have anything?
I had a couple of transfers while we're transitioning.
Yeah, go.
Gonzalo Guedes going to Wolves from Valencia. I think that's a good signing for them, and of course it's another Portuguese guy, so they love it at Wolverhampton. Right. And you touched on it earlier, Sesko signing with Leipzig. He's going to go there after this season. I think him and Werner are going to have a pretty good partnership up top at Leipzig. And Dortmund, I raved about their window, and then Haller was diagnosed with testicular cancer. They just signed Anthony Modeste to replace him. Yeah. Not exactly the same caliber, but I think he can do a good enough job. Yeah.
Big striker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Everton finalized the Connor Cody loan today.
That's right, today.
From Wolves, and I think they're going to sign Amadou Onana.
He's been signed, I believe. He was in the stands against Chelsea. Yeah.
Okay.
6'5" apparently.
He's a monster of a human. He's a good player. If he can integrate, I think that'll be good for them.
Yeah.
My favorite signing that just happened, I think it's finalized, or it might be soon, is Damsgaard to Brentford.
Yeah.
He's really good. I really like watching that kid play. I think that's Thomas Frank loves the Danish guys.
Yeah, he had a big Euro 2020, I think. I remember. Damsgaard. Moving into open panel / fantasy then. Do you guys want to just chat about your fantasy teams? Maybe what happened in fantasy? Salah was the man this week. Is that what happened?
Yeah, I mean, in FPL wise, I got off to a flyer, but I ended up with 4 Arsenal players.
Oh, that's right.
because I had picked Zinchenko when he was at City. So what I figured out today is I have to make a transfer of one of them. That has to be my first transfer. So it won't let me do anything else unless I get rid of one of them. I could leave the team as is. But yeah, so I started off to a flyer with that, and then I didn't have a bad week though. I didn't have a bad week as far as FPL goes. I don't know about you guys.
I did not have a good FPL week.
So for me,
I really could have used the Aronson goal.
Yeah,
I just that really hurt. And I obviously missed that Harvey Barnes was injured. I had him in my lineup. I don't know if that was late or what, but he didn't play, so that was a big 0 for me. And my Liverpool defenders, I went for Trent and Robertson, and they conceded 2, so I got nothing from both of them, basically. Darwin was my star with a goal and assist, so that was not a good. And I captained Kane, who did nothing as well, so just not a good week.
I'm trying to be patient with my FPL team because I'm often very reactionary at the start of the year, and I'll just suddenly chop the whole team out and start again and play my wild card. Yeah, and I just don't want to do that. Like Jesus, we know he's going to score, right? Like Son, I've got Son on the wing there. He got 5 points, not bad, but I know other games he's going to be in the double figures, no problem. Yeah. Luis Diaz hit the post or the crossbar, I forget which one. So he came close to getting on the score sheet. I played Trent, kind of wish I hadn't. He only got 1 point. Zinchenko, I played, he got 12 points, which was great, but I'm also now I can't fit Saliba in the team. I just don't know what to do. So
yeah, I've got I had Zinchenko as well. Nice.
Yeah, I got your team here, card.
So basically, my goal for FPL, I've gone with the Sancho, Rashford, Fernandez, the holy trident, as I call it.
You went with your heart, not your head.
I went with the heart, and Dean Henderson on the bench. I didn't know we could only do 3 players from one team. I was just gonna go full United, call it good. But I guess I like my team's all right. I didn't go for the big Kane, Haaland, or Salah or anybody big, Son. But I think as long as my starters score more points than my bench, I'm pretty happy. I don't think I'm gonna do too many transfers or anything. I like I mentioned earlier, I'll be in. I have a tough time staying locked in, but I'll try. I'll try.
Can we help you by messaging you on Discord, stuff like that? Just don't forget to check your team, stuff like that.
I also forget to do Cultured's picks as well. So I need to get on top of those. Yeah, I mean,
you actually didn't have that bad a week, though. I gotta say.
No, it wasn't bad.
Your point spread is pretty decent. Where you had quite a few guys in the 3 to 7 range.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not too bad.
No 1-pointers on the field. No 1-pointer. Jesus was my captain. Bruno my vice captain. I guess that's why he got 2 points actually. Bruno got 2 points for being vice captain.
And then in Hoff's Dynasty League, it was a very close head battle, but Hoff took it.
Oh yeah, should we put it on the screen? Should we do that or?
Hoff, if you can show it, feel free. Because Hoff knows his way around fan tracks a lot better than I do.
Okay, I'm gonna add the.
Here we are.
Hold on, I gotta add you.
I still need to learn the damn.
Oh, but I've crashed something here.
Website.
There we go. There you go. You're on, Hop. You can talk about what's going on here.
All right. Yeah. So the mighty Tottenham Hotspur won by 6 points. Yeah, Rams. I mean, I kind of went through. I was doing I'm gonna try to do like a Sunday night recap stream.
Okay.
Because when football season, NFL, NCAA football starts, I'm gonna like wrap it all up together, do a Premier League recap, and then a recap for that other league.
First game, by the way.
But yeah, there's I think the difference was
Who had a dud?
Kulusevski. Havertz had a dud for me. Yeah, Ollie Watkins had a dud.
Jesus
honestly,
did a lot of great stuff. He just didn't score an assist, you know.
Ooh.
Kane, Jesus, Ramsey didn't do much. Aronson, like I said, I need that Aronson goal. But yeah, honestly, Kulusevski carried me, thankfully. And we both had a lot of points on the bench.
Ooh,
too.
Dan Burn, 24.
Yeah.
I know
Dan Burn on the bench.
Believe me, Dan Burn is being promoted to the starting 11.
I had Joelinton on the bench. And Caicedo.
Even Kante would have been a better option for me.
Yeah.
Even N'Golo. Like, he doesn't score a ton in FPL, but he's going to score. He'll score decent in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our scoring is.
The scoring's different.
Scoring,
right?
there's a lot more
It's
that
on
comes into
steroids.
play. Yeah, there's a lot more aspects. So it's like not just assists, goals, and clean sheets. You know what I mean?
It's
Like
what FPL does their like bonus points based on a scoring system that we're using for our dynasty league. So if the player got the most points, so like if where am I at? There we go. Kulusevski would have gotten 3 points for an FPL, but he had 42. I think his bonus point score would have been 42, but he would have got 3 FPL points.
Okay, so at the bottom I see minutes, goals, KP. What's that?
That is, well,
knockout power.
Why can I not?
knockout power.
Why is it not? It's not popping up. Here we go. KP. Kicks performed. It's not kicks performed.
It could be.
Let's go to the scoring. KP.
I am. Do you know one player that I missed out on?
Oh, here it is. Key passes.
Key
Of
passes,
course.
yeah.
Okay.
Connor Cody didn't play for Wolves. That kind of screwed me because he's now moved to Everton, which, by the way, good signing for Everton because he not a bad defender. Honestly. He's fell down the pecking order, but he's always strong in FPL. Always.
Okay. Nice. So what other stats were there before we got to move on here? There was minutes, key passes.
Big chances created, big chances missed. So if you like miss a one-on-one, you lose points.
-3.
Block shots, ball recoveries. So that's good for like a Conte. You're holding midfielders that aren't gonna score a lot or assist a lot. Clearances attempted, successful dribbles, accurate crosses, dispossessed. So if you lose it, you lose points.
Right.
If you commit fouls, you lose points. If you have an error that leads to a goal or shot, you lose points. Own goal, lose points, obviously.
This is like nice. This is like American football.
Yeah.
Nice. Very cool.
My bench actually outscored your bench by 4 points.
Yeah, it was close.
So whatever happened, we would have had a very close game. Kind of cool.
Nice.
Don't miss a penalty. You lose 6 points.
All right, let's keep it moving. We're actually kind of pressed for time now.
Okay.
A little bit. Real quick, I need your guys' final vote on a couple situations here. Okay. I've picked out three refereeing decisions. And I would like to know. I'm not going to tell you what the referee called, but I'd like your guys' opinion on these. Okay. Instead of how many teams you can name, we'll just take a look at some of these. Here, you have to look at. You have to look at stream for these.
I'm going to make a yellow and a red card for future editions of this. I could just keep on my desk, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Good idea.
Do you know what I did when I was a kid? I remember doing that at a family party. I showed up and I'd made yellow and red cards and I was booking and sending people off.
That's funny.
Yeah, anyway.
All right, so I've put it up on stream. This is the first incident. Okay, this is in the Leeds Wolves match. Yeah, there we go. You guys are the VAR.
Leeds Wolves. Okay.
Player goes down. Grabs his face.
I need to see the reverse angle. Oh no, bollocks. What a load of bollocks.
Ooh.
I think there was no call here. Let me see what I'm just going to scroll up real quick. CCTV footage of a violent attack. Any witnesses, please come forward, it says.
Nah.
That's a yellow for simulation, if anything.
Yeah.
I mean, the fourth official standing right there. He touches him on the shoulder.
So what do you get? What do you give in there? No, I mean, look. Okay, now actually, I was probably. Why am I holding a comb? While I was holding, I had your guys' thought process, but now looking back at it, he doesn't randomly grab his face. There had to be some contact, right?
Here's the thing, though. Okay, and this is what you're probably going to hear me say a lot on these kind of incidents. When somebody says there was contact, not all contact means a foul.
Right.
Okay.
Not all contact means it's a foul. Like, it is a contact sport. It's not anywhere near as much as it used to be, and in some ways that's great because we don't have Vinnie Joneses running around. In other ways, it's bad because the pendulum swung too far the other way. So for me, even if he did brush fingers by that guy's face, the reaction is simulation. So you look at the contact, the reaction is simulation, and that's where I would book him for a dive.
Okay. All right.
And you said
So
that was
you'd
no
book him for a
call
dive?
in the game?
Sorry?
You said that was no call in the game?
There was no call. There was no call in the game.
Yeah, I think that's probably happening at that speed. That's probably right.
Okay. All right.
But I think what I said to Cart over the weekend is I want all of it variable.
Right.
Yeah, like review all of it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I agree. No half measures. Do
exactly.
it. If you're gonna do it, do it.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the next incident. Here we go.
I still want Son sent off for that damp last year.
This is a tackle by Romero against Oriol Romeo.
Ooh.
I'm sharing this screen in Discord, actually.
Oh, Jesus.
So we'll have real time.
So these scissor tackles are always given as a free kick, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it can be dangerous. We've seen people's leg get broken with tackles like that on more than one occasion. Aaron Ramsey springs to run. Eduardo.
Harvey Elliott's was kind of like that.
Harvey Elliott's, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a foul for me.
Yeah.
Even though he gets the ball, it is a foul.
Is it a yellow or is it a red or just a foul? Just.
I'd book him.
You'd book him? Okay.
I'd say a yellow.
Okay. All right.
What about you, Carl? What would you give?
I'd give it a yellow as well.
Yeah.
I'd give it a yellow. There is another angle that I don't have, but it is quite reckless. It is a little reckless, and he doesn't get the ball.
If Six was, I don't know who that is. Sorry, I can't see it from here. But
Romeo.
If Romeo was like angled another 30 degrees to the right, that'd be a red card because he'd be coming through the back.
Through the back. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And the final one, we have a Manchester United decision here. We have a certain. Oh, I didn't have the quality up. I think it's coming up after this.
Is it McTominay?
Oh, did I pass it? I did pass it.
Oh, you just wanted to show the goal?
There it is. 25th minute. The second angle coming up here.
Okay.
Yellow card given by the ref. Just curious if what do you guys think of there? There's a better angle there.
I'm still not seeing the replay.
Oh, I'm showing it on Discord now.
Okay. Sorry, I'm watching it on the stream.
I changed.
Okay, I'm catching up now. This angle I want to see. Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming here.
Yeah.
There you go. What do you think?
Oh, here we go. This angle here I need.
Hey, just look on Discord.
Okay. To me, it should be a red because he follows through. We've seen reds given 100% for that, right? If that's Granit Xhaka, he's off.
If it's Xhaka, he's off. Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
I just the whole precedence thing, which is not necessarily correct, but I think his eyes are on the player. It's fun.
I think, this angle's the best one. What? I think he's trying to kick the ball, and is that Caicedo? I think he just gets there before him.
Yeah, maybe a yellow.
He does kick the ball.
He does.
Yeah,
it's just follow through. Like they have a problem with. Maybe it's because he didn't go over the top of the ball. That's normally a problem for refs. So maybe a yellow is enough there.
I don't think. Okay. I think that's probably the right call with the yellow.
Sounds good.
I think I saw it in fast speed on Twitter in small, and I was like, "Oh, dirty bastard," But like now that you've shown me that.
All right, yeah. I think
that had something.
That settles it, guys. You were so okay. A little,
What did you think of that one?
Why I asked this? I thought it was a red. I felt it was a red. Yeah, I did feel it was a red. Hold on, let me stop this.
Yeah, I think if he went over the ball, like if he'd have touched the top of the ball and rolled over into I think it may have been a red.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just think it's a little, it's reckless, and you're endangering an opponent by going into a ball like that. But yeah, But yeah, no,
Sessegnon had one.
I pulled chat.
Pretty similar.
We looked at this foul yesterday, and I thought it was going to be a red. I thought, but chat voted in favor that it was a yellow last night. Then I did do revotes after my astonishment, and then both votes did come back as reds. But I think that's clearly a biased vote at that point. And then I was like, look, don't tell Milo or Hoff. I'm going to ask them about this tomorrow, and they have the final vote. And then you guys deemed it a yellow, and that's fine. I think that's fine. I think I am probably a little more strict on the rules. That's just kind of my lean.
Yeah.
My leaning. That's just the way I lean for. I've mentioned consistency, and it's the only way you can get consistency.
But, I'm sure Hoff doesn't prefer that to how many teams you can name, but I quite enjoyed that.
Yeah, I
enjoyed that.
I think we can mix it up. I'm keeping track. It's a very controversial thing. I'm keeping track of poor calls by the ref or missed calls by the ref in games that I watch, and anyone else can bring them to my attention. We have a little channel in Discord where you can post them because it's always fun, because we always talk about how, these decisions even themselves out by the end of the season. How we always say that. So it'll just be curious to see if they actually do even themselves out, and how close they are. I have a little spreadsheet that I'm going to keep for each match day, and it's probably going to be just big 6 teams.
Cash was telling me about that, but then
he got mad. He went to your chat, and then I have your chat open on. My chat window is I have my chat, and then in another tab your chat is there too, and any other channels I watch their chat is there too. So then I was just like, Catch was like, all right, I'm out of here. So then I was just like, let me see. And then I looked, and I was like, yep, he's talking shit about me in Milo's chat. And then I wasn't watching your stream, but I was typing over there. It was pretty.
I responded because I saw you type, and I'm like, he's probably not watching, because I often have yours on my top monitor, but I have the volume off. Obviously, if I'm streaming, I can't play your audio. Don't want to play your audio as well. And we were laughing about that, but He was talking about what incident was it in the Arsenal game that you had said, and I was like, well, how can you do it if it's just your opinion? How can you put it on your spreadsheet as a definitive decision?
Well, that's the thing. That's why I'm asking chat. All the changes on the spreadsheet are done during stream. Nothing is like my own thing. There are some clear ones. Like I thought, like the Lisandro Martinez penalty that wasn't called. That was a clear penalty. I didn't really have to, discuss much with chat about it. They were just clearly like, yeah, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. But this the McTominay one. I thought it was a red. Then a lot of people in chat were saying it's a yellow, and then we pulled it, and then more people thought it was a yellow. And it was for me, it was just tough to believe. But I'm glad I asked you guys. Everything's gonna be by committee. Everything's gonna be by committee on that. Yeah,
that's okay.
Everything's gonna be. By committee.
It depends though, because then we need to track what team do the people on the committee support?
But that's the thing. It's gonna. That's why we're thinking it's gonna be mainly Big Six are gonna have the most traction on this.
If it's NL, BMF, and Waleed and a bunch of other Arsenal haters in there, do you know what I mean? Well, then those ones are going to be skewed.
No, I think maybe, but I don't. I think I will do a good job of being fair about this.
Okay, I'm gonna go on a recruiting drive on Arsenal Twitter and make sure they all follow you and are present for every one of these.
Yeah, if we go to a vote, that means it's real close. Like it could have gone either way, and it is what it is. There's other ones that there just isn't conclusive evidence to support one side or the other. There was a maybe we should have a whole section on refereeing decisions next time.
Ozzy is another Arsenal hater right there. Just showed up.
What's up, Ozzy?
All the way
By the way,
from
guys,
Australia.
get ready for the quiz. We're getting ready for the quiz right now. On screen overlay. We have a quiz. By the way, it should be. I'll show the view instruction page. Oh no, wait. There should be something popped up on the screen right now if you are ready for the quiz. But yeah, there was a situation where Ezzy went down outside the box. To your point, I totally understand. Simulation should be reviewable. The reason why it wasn't reviewed is because Ezzy, the contact initially happened outside the box. So it was not a penalty situation. If it was a penalty situation, VAR would have reviewed it and checked if Ezzy was simulated. Honestly, the rules on simulation need to be changed. I think we both agree on that. I think we all agree on that, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
In that situation, a lot of people were saying on Twitter, that is, and Twitter's pretty emotional and reactionary. Is like, Xhaka was called for simulation. Why wasn't Ezzy called for simulation? And I do agree that I think simulation should be reviewable by VAR, but it's not. It's just not. And the video evidence, even on from this Arsenal fan account on Twitter, there were people in their comments talking about how there was a clip, Saka pulled him here and there, and then other people are saying, no, he tripped on himself, this, that. It was just a lot of stuff there. Anyways. Okay, I gotta calm down. I got into it in Discord over the weekend. It's a headache. Honestly, like now I understand why there's so many problems in government. Like trying to do things is so hard when you have a democracy. Like everyone thinks they're right, and some people are boisterous, and
no one wants to back down.
No one wants to back down, but also people don't want to get involved when they see such like boisterous people talking about it. It's like, oh, dude, that's such a headache. I'm not going to even deal with it. Even though those people have the right mentality to give an opinion, they just don't want to get involved because they got bills to pay or stuff like that.
I think for me, it really, the older I've got, like when I was younger, especially when I was season ticket holder, I was involved in every discussion about every little facet of the club, and now I feel like it will really depend on my overall mood, day plans as to where I'll get involved.
Yeah. 100%. All right, let's quickly get into the quiz. We're gonna be pushing the clock here. Let's start with the quiz. All right, we have an opening weekend quiz. Okay, opening weekend quiz. I may or may not have revealed some of the answers to the quiz during earlier sections. So if you're paying attention, you might get it. I believe it's only 6 questions. Also, I tried to go a little easier. The quizzes have just been like too like abstract and who won, who scored, who kicked the ball in 1985 or something, you know. Okay.
In what minute?
In what minute did they kick the ball? All right, here we go. First one. I hope I haven't misled you by saying I said some of the answers earlier. There's sort of surrounding questions. So if when I said something you thought about it and was like, oh, I remember this game and blah blah blah, and that'll help. All right, here we go. First question. Here we go. Oh, starting game, it says. Haaland scored a brace on his debut. Before him, which City player most recently scored 2 goals in a Premier League game? Not a debut, most recent Premier League game. Was it De Bruyne, Gabriel Jesus, Raheem Sterling, or İlkay Gündoğan? Who most recently scored 2 goals in a Premier League match for Manchester City? This is basically one for the City fans. Oh, yeah. Cash, can you do the double? Yeah, you'll get a sound effect and 3 more pictures in the slideshow. Yes. Jeez. All right. The correct answer is İlkay Gündoğan. He scored 2 on the final day of the season to give Manchester City the title. Happy times for them. Alrighty. New interesting fact, including this. Oh, sorry. Including this past season. I have the questions written down so I can give you guys a little extra time on the guesses. Which Newcastle player has scored the past 3 opening Premier League goals for them? the first goal of their Premier League campaign. Which Newcastle player? Was it Almiron, Saint-Maximin, Callum Wilson, or Joe Linton? I didn't know Almiron's first name, so I didn't put 2 syllables, you know.
Sorry, Jose?
Oh, okay. Miguel? Okay, Miguel.
Yeah,
I thought it was Jose.
Which player has scored the past 3 opening goals for Newcastle? The correct answer is waiting for players. It says on my side. Callum Wilson. He scored the last 3 goals for them. Nice debut for him. Callum Wilson was how many teams can you name? He played for Sunderland before this, or who did he play for before Hoff? Bournemouth. The Stripes. Yeah. It's always the Stripes. All right, next question.
Him and Josh King.
VVD was dribbled past by Mitrovic for the first time since which player megged him last season?
Yes.
Sterling, Mopai, Phil Foden, or Philippe Coutinho? Raheem Sterling, Neil Mopai, Phil Foden, or Phil Coutinho? Which player megged him last season? And I believe all of these players dribbled past him, but he was megged by one of these players last season. And this is paying respect to Mitrovic, who also dribbled past him. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for the first time since this player megged him. The correct answer.
I did a really low bet on that one.
The correct answer is Felipe Coutinho.
Shit, I should have bet more.
Felipe Coutinho. Everyone else did dribble past him, though. Everyone else did dribble past him.
I did Coutinho, but not enough points.
Okay, here we go. Next question. Which player has scored over 10 goals has the highest percentage of penalty kick goals to open play goals? So they have majority of their goals are penalty kicks.
Okay.
Leighton Baines, Bruno Fernandes, Jorginho, or Mikel Arteta? Leighton Baines, Bruno Fernandes, Jorginho, or Mikel Arteta? And remember, this is all surrounded on opening weekend. So, that's a big clue. That's actually a massive clue.
Yeah.
The correct answer is Jorginho. Yes, nice. See, it was a good quiz. I'm a kind quiz master here. And that is the word for whoever hosts a quiz. It's called a quiz master. I'm not just trying to sound cool. All right, next question. Before Ten Hag, let's see what the scores are looking like. Let's see here. Damn, Milo, huge lead right now. Milo could be coming away with his first win. Also, Iran and Hoff, and Greg, the top 4 are all brand new winners possible. 2 questions left. All right, here we go. Before Ten Hag, who was the last Manchester United manager to lose his Premier League debut? Was it Ralph Rangnick, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, or Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Who was the last manager to lose their first game in the Premier League? You guys know this one?
I think I do.
Yeah. It's if you're keeping up with the news, this was bounded around a little bit. If we have any actual fans in chat, you'll get this right. There we go. Correct answer is Louis van Gaal in 2014. He was the last manager to lose his debut. All the other managers have won. And last but not least, according to whoscored.com, which player had the best statistical performance from this last opening weekend? Joelinton, Erling Haaland, Fabian Schär, or Mitrovic? This is a statistical analysis by WhoScored. They give player ratings 7.2, 8.4, 9.5, etc. eFootball form is rumored to be based on this as well. Who was it? Do you think you know who it is, Milo? We should check the scores. Dang. Got to check the scores.
Have a little cheeky bid, but nothing. I'm not betting much.
Hey, Mubera, what's up? I think Milo might be coming away with this one. Who'd you pick, Milo?
Mitrovic.
You picked Mitrovic? Let's see what the correct answer is.
I bet it's Fabian Schär.
It's Mitrovic.
Hey.
Is that the W? Let's see. It should be it. Let's see.
Should be.
Forgot to check the score. Mitrovic had a 9.51 or 9.56 rating on whoscored.com.
Wow.
Pretty high. And these are the oh wow, look at that. Milo, massive win. And Hoff coming in with second. Jeez.
85,000.
2 weeks in a row. Wow.
Damn, that might be the biggest margin of victory we've had on the show.
Whew. Let's go, boys. I wanted that one. I do not have my slideshow ready, so I will have it ready tomorrow.
You can get it whenever. And
Okay.
you also get a sound effect.
Ooh.
You get a sound effect on the stream. So
Okay,
you could send me one that you already have, or you could make up a new one, whatever you like.
Okay. Yeah.
And 3
yeah,
pictures.
yeah.
Preferably
3 pictures.
portrait. Portrait.
Portrait.
Skinnier rather than
kind of like iPhone.
Yeah,
style?
exactly.
Yeah.
iPhone,
So 3
like
pictures and a sound effect. Okay.
Arsenal
Speaking of sound
against
effects,
Spurs.
I added a horse one to my stream because of
Okay.
Thiago.
Nice.
Next time you're by, exclamation point Thiago.
Oh no.
Okay.
Hey, nice one, dude. I think that was a nice quiz. I thought that was a good one. And congratulations.
I read a lot of the correct articles. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I mean,
weekend.
it's based on current events, and I think that's the way it should be. If people in chat are keeping up on the Premier League, and I mean once La Liga and stuff gets going, it might change things. But it's all possible. It's all possible. Where's Extreme? I know, right? Can't do it with the Arsenal slideshow? Okay, can't watch the stream. Viewer count's plummeting now. No. Congratulations. We had 10 minutes left in the show. Do we have a highlight of the week? Hoff, Milo, anything? Was that the highlight of the week right there, Milo? Just winning the.
Is that the highlight of the week? No, I think just football being back is awesome. Yeah. Racing's been going pretty well. Like, yeah, I've had a decent week. I got to say, the Twins are doing great. Yeah,
nice.
Just all round good week. So
yeah. Hoff, how's your week going, man? Good.
Pretty good. Yeah, I'm excited for more of the European leagues across the continent to come back as well. So my weekends will be full of watching matches instead of just Saturday, Sunday mornings. But can't complain.
Super Cup on Wednesday as well. Super Cup.
To Hoff's point, playing into that is I'm so looking forward to Form Arrows being back in eFootball.
Yeah.
Like nice. I want my team to be on form. I think that's a big psychologically.
We'll skip the quote of the week. You want to give us a dad joke, Milo, or you got one, or?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, all right.
I mean,
do you have a quote, Hoff? Actually.
I did.
Actually. Oh, cool. Okay, it's one of those things. I don't know. It's just like afterthought. I feel like after we're talking about all this other football stuff. Yeah, let's go with the Hoff's quote, and then we'll go to the dad joke before we get our predictions and anything else we want to talk about.
All right. If I was a Tottenham fan at the moment, I would be feeling happy with the new signings because we've got a player that at 22, listening to these managers talking about how humble he is and that he wants to learn. It's fantastic. Talking about Kulusevski. That is was Ian Edward Wright MBE that said that. I like Ian Wright, even though
you said was. I thought he died. I was like, died like today.
He said that.
Okay.
No. Sorry.
Like I was like, was he like predicting the future or something? Okay, yeah.
No, he was just talking. Okay, I think it was on whatever it wasn't match of the day, but in his punditry on Saturday or Sunday, just talking about Kulusevski.
Okay, nice. Yeah, the more I learn about Ian Wright, the more I like him because he was Jermaine Defoe's mentor. Mm-hmm. Mainly, that's the main reason, and he was a good player. No. Milo, you want to hit us with the
dad joke of the week?
Yeah, let's hear the dad joke of the week.
Yeah, a husband says to his wife, "The guys at golf were saying that our mailman has slept with every woman on the street except one," and his wife replies, "I bet it's Claire."
Wait, did you say golf in the build up to that?
Yeah. The guys at golf.
The guy that golf. Yeah. Interesting. Now that I think about it, I have played golf in the past, and some of the golf courses are right in the backyard of some people. You know, you could get up to some shenanigans. Anyways, moving on. Just quickly, you want to talk about anything coming up on the channel, Milo, for you?
Yeah, Monaco Grand Prix this week. In my team playthrough, so that's going to be really effing challenging. In VR, no assists, full race distance. I did have an issue last week where on lap 64 of 66 the game crashed.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in like P12 or something. Fighting with, I don't know who I was fighting, but anyway, so I ended that one and then I redid it off stream, so I've moved it on, but yeah, so that's coming up, and then we're getting to the end of Red Dead next weekend. More ACC, eFootball on Thursday, I expect. And
nice.
Yeah. When is the form update for eFootball? Thursday?
Yeah, it'll be
Wednesday.
It will be after maintenance.
Okay, so that's
it'll be up Thursday.
I took a break from it last night. I just didn't want to grind more of the same. So,
gotcha. And Hoff, anything coming up on your channel? Anything?
Nothing new really. I actually played some eFootball tonight for the first time in a while. I beat some clown that was in Division 2 that had an all-legend team with my U23s, so that was fun.
Nice. Always feels good.
Yeah, it was very rewarding. I posted in the Discord the lineups.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll probably get the itch to stream that some in the near future, especially with form. That it just makes it more enjoyable when you actually have to like pick and choose guys that are playing better or benching guys that didn't have a good week.
Yeah, definitely. And you mentioned you might be doing a fantasy roundup show on Sunday, maybe?
Oh, yes. I forgot Sunday evening. If you're curious about how our league is going, right now it'll still be the FPL or the Dynasty FPL league. But as we go like into the fall and winter, there'll be some NFL fantasy stuff going on as well.
Nice. Coming up this week, Super Cup on Wednesday. Also, MLS All-Stars versus La Liga All-Stars on Wednesday. It's kind of interesting. I don't think they've done that before. So that'll be kind of interesting.
Why that decision?
Yeah, usually it's the MLS versus some European team, but now they're doing MLS versus La Liga, which is I think it's great. It's something at least the American fan will like. It's just tough for me to get into MLS. Anyways, we can talk about MLS another time.
You haven't been watching Gareth Bale then this week?
Yeah, I've seen some highlights, and Chiellini kind of did a volleyball block.
Volleyball, yeah.
Yeah, we should have talked about that.
Okay, yeah, we gotta cover more things. We don't have to, we can we'll figure it out here. We'll figure it out next week. But
yeah, I think it should be just plays of the week though, because I cannot sit through every highlight reel of every MLS game. I can't do it.
Yeah, I think we'll have to like pick up some points to talk about, and we can just kind of watch those or something. But there is a big game on Sunday. We have Chelsea versus Tottenham, and that is, as we mentioned in the beginning of the show, we are going to be doing predictions. Guys in chat, get your predictions down for that. I will be writing them down. Let's start with Milo. What's your prediction for Chelsea Tottenham?
I mean,
anybody else in chat got a prediction?
Yeah,
I mean, just throw them in. I'm writing names down. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna go 1-1.
1-1. Okay. 1-1. Who's home, by the way? Does anyone know?
Chelsea.
Chelsea's home. Okay.
It's at Stamford Bridge.
Okay, Chelsea's home, Tottenham away. We got a 0-0 draw. Aussie. Greg's going 3-2 Spurs. 2-3. Cash. Greg. Cash. 4-0 Tottenham. Jesus. Is this reverse psychology? Spurs 2-0 Linmer. Hoff, do we have a prediction yet?
I'll go 3-1 Tottenham.
Ooh, I like it. I'm gonna go. Oh, 3-1 does sound right. I'm gonna go with a clean sheet for Tottenham.
Ooh,
So
okay.
0-0 for Chelsea. How many does Chelsea score? Or I mean, how many does Tottenham score?
11.
3-0's too typical. I'm gonna go with a 1-0.
Yeah, no one said 1-0. I was kind of
I had
surprised
to,
about
I
that.
had
Either
to
way.
find one that no one said.
I was gonna go 1-0 Chelsea, and then I thought I'd be a bit That was me definitely wishing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but like I could easily see a London clash between two teams. Like, if Tottenham go into this thinking it's going to be a cakewalk, then they could be in trouble. And I think that's what's gotten Tottenham into trouble in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think whenever this might just be my own personal experience, but whenever 3-2-3-5 or 3 at the back teams play each other, it always seems to be very cagey. But and I don't know if Chelsea's still playing 3 at the back. I heard that might be playing 4 at the back. But anyhow, anything else you guys want to shout out? Any events, games, other things you're looking forward to this week? I have yours, Waleed. Yes, I have yours. Hoff was speaking when you typed it. I did write it down. 1-3 Tottenham. Or 3-1
Just
Tottenham.
is it Friday yet? I want more football. I want more Premier League. You know?
Yes.
Yeah. All the
And
leagues
there's a
start
Monday
up
game next weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a massive fan of those because I'm usually at work, but I can sometimes swing it so I can, like on Friday I worked from home so that I could kind of relax when the game was on. And
Weekend after next Monday is Liverpool United on Monday. That'll be good. Alrighty. Well, I don't think there's anything else we got to talk about, huh? Guys, by the way, we might be having some changes to the show soonish. The discussions are happening, but might be some exciting stuff. Some new things happening. We'll be talking. Stay tuned. As always, thank you guys for joining in chat. Thank you, Milo and Hoff, as always.
thank you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I will see you guys next week. And yes, sirree. There we go.
It's the Monday weekend wrap up. It's the Monday weekend wrap up. It's the Monday weekend wrap up. It's the Monday